Hello, it is Lucifer, and I've been busy. But first of all, I just wanted to thank everybody who watched my first episode. Thank you for all the advice that you've given me to put into my upcoming videos. So no more first person fast mode. I understand it was horrible. I'm going to be adjusting my audio so you can hear me a bit better. Background music as well. As you can hear, we've got a lovely little tune just somberly playing along. And yeah, I'm really thankful for all the advice that I've been given and all the support as well. But let's head into the video, shall we? Okay, so first of all, I just wanted to kind of just introduce you to my new toolkit. I say it's new, I had it last episode. However, I have actually renamed some of this stuff. So you'd already seen that I have my sword as the problem solver, but I've now got Lucky, which is my fortune pick, Nuka Breaker, which is my silk pick, I've got Knock Knock, which is my axe, Ceto Shiny Slugger, which is my shovel, or my silk touch shovel. I will be getting another shovel at a later date. Little Devil as my crossbow. Now, the reason why I renamed them is obviously I've got to keep up with the Fallout theme. Each of these are named after legendary weapons that you can get in the games. So for example, Lil Devil is from New Vegas, Ceto Shiny Slugger is from Fallout 4, and so on and so forth. And you can see at the bottom here, it does say property of Vault-Tec, please return to Lucifer. So we've got this data pack. Let me get inside actually, without spoilering. There we go. I'll just do it here. So you do trigger format name. It gives you a bunch of things that you can do. You can make the name italic, underlined, bold, give it a strike through, or have this crazy text. You can change the name color. It looks weird here, but that is due to the texture pack that I am using, the one that I have been, redesigning that I mentioned last episode. So this is what the format name part looks like without my texture pack that I've been making. So as you can see, you've still got like the italic, bold and whatnot here, but here you've got these different colors, which it looks very weird with the texture pack that I'm using, but that is because of the color of the text that I've got. So I made it look like the text from the Pip-Boy, whereas obviously naturally Minecraft is white. So this text here, this text color, affects, I'll even show you. So it affects, let's go red. It affects the color name. I actually quite like that red. It affects the color name of the item. As you can see, normally it would be like that blue color, but here, as you can see, it is red. So underneath the colors, as you can see, we've got extra little bits that gives you like the examples of what various different things will look like. But then you've got this lore, and that is what this property of Vault-Tec, please return to Lucifer, is. So the reason I have that is so people will know that these particular items belong to me. So if I was to say leave them at spawn or in the first day farms, somebody can just like tell me either on the Discord server that we're all in, or they can tell me when I get on to the Minecraft server, hey Lucifer, you've left your gear at day 1 farms, and I can say cool, thank you, and I can head over and go and grab the items that I've left behind. Before I head inside, I want us to go back in time to about 2 hours ago of me recording this, when I realised something that I did wrong last episode. Nothing wrong with the actual video, but something that I did wrong with my building. Why am I taking my hard work down, I hear you ask? Well, I did a silly. When building the stairway to the main vault, I didn't count an extra 3 blocks after where the door was meant to go, meaning I would have had a hard time with my redstone since I needed a 5-block wide corridor to hold the pistons and 2 buttons without redstone doing weird things that I didn't want it to. So that meant moving the whole room back by 3 blocks along with the bottom staircase. It was a pain, but fixable, and I was glad that I noticed now instead of later down the line. And now on to past Lucifin, who's going to talk to you about these vault doors that I made. Alrighty, so I've got the area already dug out as well as the area over here. This side I don't need as much room because everything is going to be activated on this side, and then it'll be pushed over, all the power will be pushed over to that side through this 1x2 gap. So the first thing that I need to do is put the buttons down. Obviously, buttons being the way that we activate this door. So I will just pop in the blocks and the pistons. There we go, sticky piston there, blocks. There we go. And then, so the button will be pushed into, or will be powering this block, which will then power this redstone torch, which we want to power this block here, which will power this redstone torch, which is currently again unpowered because obviously this redstone torch is on. We'll just repeat the same thing over on this side as well. 2 blocks out so we can pop some redstone for this torch to activate. Wait, no, there we go. So redstone for this torch and this torch to power into, then just down one, and then we want to grab our comparators. So we'll want the redstone input to go into the comparator, and again on this side 2 redstone either side at the front, and then the second comparator going backwards into this redstone, which will then create a comparator clock when activated. So here I'll grab another button so I can show you the comparator loop. So as you can see, slowly drains down until there is no redstone power, or no redstone signal. And then grab our repeaters, going into the center, redstone dust, and then another repeater into the piston. Not needed. Well, actually, no, it kind of is, because there's a redstone block behind it, because the redstone signal will go into the block, which will then get picked up by the repeater, but the redstone signal will also go over, if I'm correct. No, I was incorrect. I don't need a repeater there, I need a redstone torch, which will then always power the piston, so ignore the whole repeater talk. And then it's also powering this redstone line, which will go down into this repeater. That's where I'm getting the repeater. There we go, so that is now powering the pistons, meaning both of those are on and both of these pistons are on. So as you can see, we have a redstone door. We just press the button and it will stay open for long enough for us to go through, but then automatically close once we've gone through. And hey presto, and the same works on this side. So that's the reason why we wanted the comparator clocks, to give us enough time to be able to go through the door without the door closing on us straight away, essentially. So now that that is all done, we've got it all lit up with torches, so no mobs are going to spawn in there. That there means our door is done. Okay, so now that the vault door is made, what else is new that I can show you? Well, for starters, the gift shop is pretty much done. All I need to do is create some map art to put on the walls, and yeah, then it's complete. I've started popping up my collectible of the month on a wall. This will be going elsewhere. I will be making a dedicated wall with a sign underneath with the month, what the tab score was, and what my score for the month was. I ain't telling you what October is. You got to find that one out for yourself. And just through here, we have taken down the soul sand that was there, popped in a glow lichen, and as you can see, the area is spawn proof. I added this little door, which is just before the actual vault door. I did change out the iron that was at the bottom just to match this floor here. Added in some end rods, and as you can see, we've progressed a little above. So we've got this all in, which I believe was in the time lapse, but got the little stairway leading up. And then we've also built up this room here, which is currently empty. So in my creative world where I initially built this, I did have my portal right here. Whether that's going to be going there is another matter. I'm unsure on the matter. But here we've got our villagers. So if you remember last episode, I had found 2 zombified villagers out in the wild. I did bring them in and I got them to zombify this guy here, and then I cured all 3 of them. So now I've got some nicely reduced rates. I did a lot of rolling and came up with a mending for 1 emerald, and then I've also got an efficiency 5 for 7. At one point it was 5. I don't know why he's gone back up to 7. I promise I haven't hit him since. I have built up a mini a mini melon farm. It's only small, and I don't really care about the looks of it, but it works. It produces me melons, and as you can see, we've already got 2 and a bit stacks of full melons that I can scoop up, and I can give them to my villager and get emeralds for them. Tasty. After redoing the vault entrance and building the melon farm, I wanted to take a break. So while knowing how much terracotta I was going to need, I knew that I was in desperate need of a beacon. And as an added bonus, it took me away from everything that I was actually meant to be doing. So after grinding for that first skull, I 100% grinded for the other 2, and 100% fought the wither. Look at me now. I own a beacon. But now it was back to being productive. I'm being spied on by somebody who's not even on the server. Cinder, I am talking to you. Okay, so the next part of my plan is to start really mapping out where I'm going to start putting things. Obviously, if you've played the Fallout games, you will know that, you know, there is certain spaces where each of the casinos go, and I want to be as true to the game as I can be. There will be some little tweaks that I do. So for example, Gamora is on like a corner, meaning that I would have to build it diagonal, and I'm not going to be doing that. I am going to be building it kind of as straight as I can. So that one is going to be one that changes just a little bit, but it's still going to be like in the same location that it is in the game, which is over that side. But for now, it's going to be a little while until we get to like Gamora and Lucky 38. But for now, I want to start kind of just planning where things are going to go. So when I get to actually building the other casinos, I can do that without having to worry, oh, I need to, you know, build something else in this current location. So I've grabbed up some netherrack. I can easily grab some more because I do have plenty of it. And the first thing that is actually going to go here, so after the vault, you actually get the tops, but before that you've got the gate and also a demolished bridge. So here is where the bridge is going to go, so I will have to get rid of my sugarcane farm, but that's fine. I can easily pop that somewhere else to keep grinding me sugarcane, so I can then, you know, make that into either books or just paper to trade. So I'm gonna start it off here. That seems about right. So this is where one of the pillars that goes up to the bridge is gonna go, and then let's say leave a gap of 1, and then that's where the second pillar is going to go. And then after that, there's a little bit of pathway which then curves into a road which goes down there. And how big have I got my roads here? I've got them by 5. So if I actually... have I got anything else? Did not need to jump. Grab some crimson logs, and I will mark out where the road is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then, so the tops will go here. Okay, so just add a bit more leeway for some path. I think that should just about do it. And then we're going to count 80 more blocks that way. Okay. There we go. I did not actually realise how big the tops was. So if we give 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks worth of pathway, and then we'll make the road again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where another gate is going to be going. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is where Gomorrah is going to be. So Gomorrah is 90 blocks wide, so let's just do that. And there we go, so that's the layout for Gomorrah. The road, when I build, or when I finish building the road, it will just snake off and I'll like demolish it a little as it heads over that way past Lucky 38. There's one thing that I need to do. I need to light this place up. With the casino placements marked in on this side of the road, it is now time to turn to this side of the road, starting off with Ultralux, which is a little on the trickier side to place since it does pass the gate, which is marked by these spruce planks here. However, the actual dimension is around 100 blocks, and if my calculations are anything to go by, which they usually aren't, from the end of the spruce planks it is 64 blocks. So let's get going. And then mark it off there at the end. Okay, so the 64 blocks been marked in that way, just need to do 26 this way. Yes, I also realise that it will need to go further back, but that is fine. I know what I'm doing. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Take 4 off that way and keep going forward. Alrighty, so that is Ultralux marked in. So after Ultralux, next thing that we've got to mark in is the LVB station. Now, I don't know what LVB stands for, but I would like to think it stands for Las Vegas Bread, because I love bread. Anyway, let's get this marked in. So it's 26 blocks that way, so I just need to add a little bit of leeway for pathing. So that will do, and then I forgot to bring extra road bricks. Grab my road bricks. What should I use for road? Yep, that'll do. You know, I kind of feel bad about demolishing this village. But at the end of the day, there was only one guy living there, and he's got a much better life being my emerald dispenser. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Oh, storm's brewing. Right. So the road this side isn't as wide. It's only going to be a 3 wide road. And then we've got... yeah, then it's 26. So let's get this done. Nice. Lucky 38 is actually on the same bit of pathing as what the LVB station is, so I don't need too much between the two, and I think that will actually be... there we go. That should be more than enough. So Lucky 38 is only 60 blocks out, so for the last time for at least a little while, let's bridge out. Okay, lovely. We're not actually too far off where Gamora ends up, so we should actually have a nice area to curve the road around once we're done building Lucky 38. Okay, so I know that there hasn't been a lot of action going on this episode, but I needed to build out those netherrack roads so I can lay out where things are going to go, and then in the next upcoming videos I'll be able to start preparing to actually build these casinos that I'm making. And there might also be a few other little special things that I build in between. I know I gave my thanks at the start of this episode, but I just wanted to thank each and every one of you again for the feedback and support that you gave me in the last. I had a lot of fun making it, as well as this one, so I raise my mug of tea and give a toast to all of you guys for helping me. And here's to more in the future. I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening and night. This is Lucifin, signing off.